Hello, I'm back in the garage. Right, I'm just going to hold the camera down the other side. On that side there, at that end, there are two liners. I did those over the last couple of days, and now I've flipped the block over. I've got myself set up in a slightly different work position, and I'm just going to follow the routine that I've kind of been building up, and I'm going to take this one out to size. And I'm going to start off by going to 3.250. Right, so that's 3.250. There's lots of things you have to kind of remember. Right, where's that hole? There it is. Push the tool, nip it up. Back it off, see where it comes. Yeah, that's okay. Again, just a rough cut. So this comes off, that goes in there. I'm trying to get a better routine going. That goes down to, you have to get your fingers clear, just clear of the bore. Now this bore is one of those that's really heavily wallowed out at the top with the bad degradation, so it probably won't even start taking a cut till it gets down a bit. Right, set it running, turn the thing here, that sets it in motion. Okay, it is touching. It's touching on that side of the bore there. And what I'll do, because there's a lot of dust, I'll put the vacuum on. Which isn't very good for filming because of the noise, but you know, hey, what are you going to do? You can see that degradation on that side, look, on the back side there. That bore was at 30 thou and it's going out to 60 thou. I'll just set that running, it'll turn itself off automatically. But what I'm going to do is get the liner and measure it. I'm getting 3.440 to 3.440 and a half. Set her going. And what I'll do now that I've measured the thing, the liner, I'll go and put it in the freezer. See how it does cutting against that rough part at the back. It's got a big chunk out of it on this side. Can you see it there? do a lot of sitting about waiting on these jobs. I've been having a little bit of trouble with this switch. There you go. That worked okay that time. Watch the crustiness being taken away, look. I went to 2.5 and then 30 thou, 30 thou, 30 thou. 2.5 is roughly 60. 280 is roughly 90. 310 is roughly 120. So basically that wouldn't have cleared up at a 125 thou over. It ain't going to clean up 5 thou from there. Okay. Cross your fingers, put the vacuum on. Still not cleaned up at the back, is it? Still got a divot at the front there. When the ledge gets bigger, pardon me, when the ledge gets to a certain size, it sometimes stalls the motor before the switch flicks, so I have to stand ready to just flick the switch off because it's got quite a heavy load on it. Because I'm always taking 30 thou cuts, I'm kind of eyeballing it, you know, that it's moved a similar amount to all the other times. So I mean, if it suddenly came out a lot further, you'd have to say, oh blimey, I might have set the micrometer wrong. I just heard it go crunch as it meets the lip down at the bottom. Okay, we're getting towards where we need to evaluate our plans now. That's 3.370. So one more 30 thou cut at 3 point, we'll bring it to 3.400. And then on the last 2 cuts I'll change the tool and put a new tip in. These are the French pistons from my Roadster. These are 45 thou over. If I do another job with this, I'll improve this switch and trigger gear. Okay, I'm going to start thinking now. Right, let's withdraw the tool. So I'm going to change the tip in this tool, which is a little bit tricky. Not tricky, but you know, fiddly because it's very small. Right, so 3.420 is required. Don't balls this up, Mart. 3. Where's my thingy bob? There's 3.5, there's 3.4, 3.4, 5, 10, 15, and I'm going to go 19. I'm going to go an indicated 1 thou under. So that's a new tip. So what we'll do, we'll send that down at that. It's set to 19, actually 19, about 19, just under 19 and a half. So let's run that through, then we'll measure it really accurately. Now that's an intermittent cut at the top until there, because it's running across the relief. There's an area part way down the bore. Now I hope when the tool goes fast it goes clean. If it goes worse, it means that's the water jacket, doesn't it? Now I'm going to have to do a round of measuring now. snap gauge, tighten it up, twist it through the bore, rock it through the bore rather. Now I've been doing all these measurements with these calipers today. .420, and I was at 319 and about 3/10. So I think if I go to 339 dead, that'll be just a tiny bit down on that, won't it? And then I'll bring the sleeve out and knock it in. Okay. .319, just shy, lock, back off, come back, 319, not 319, 339. I'm trying to remember what the numbers were on that thing. I think that'll be alright. Okay. Bring it down. I'm beginning to wonder if that's easier. Right. Cross your fingers. There we go. Yeah, it's just gone through. Can you see that shadow at the back? But look down there. Can you see down there? There's a spot down that side. Can you see that spot? That's water jacket, isn't it? So that shadow is within a few thou of going through. But that spot actually has gone through. I'm not sure if the camera can see it. Not surprised though. I mean, it's miles over, isn't it? It's like, you know, quarter-inch over. But remember, this isn't a bore for a piston. This is a bore for a liner. I'm wondering what I should put on that, if I should put anything on it. In theory, that's my finished bore size. It went anyway, I think. Okay, right.
Not.
3.440 on a measurement of 1. So that's it, isn't it? It'll either go or it won't go. Can't do anything about it now. I think I'll just put a little blob of Hylamar on those two spots there. That I don't know whether that's a good thing to do or not. Like I say, I'm completely lacking in experience on this job. Learning. But this actually is a relatively low cost engine. If I completely balls it up, I ain't lost anything. Well, not a lot, but I've learnt a lot, you know. That's the way I'm thinking of it. I suppose I should show you that thing that I was looking at. Can you see down there, look? Yeah, you can sort of see the shadow a little bit better with that light. And you can see that hole. This is where it gets a bit hectic. You have to be careful with this boring machine. Yeah, that's quite stable there. Okay. That's funny, you can put your hand down it easier now than... I can put my hand down it easier now than I used to be able to. There was just a tiny burr where the tool had stopped, so I've just knocked that off with my thumbnail. Okay, that's looking good. I'm going to warm it up now, so this will make a little bit of noise. Bloody hell. Set the water jacket on fire. Something down there that wants to burn. You see the pretty red glow down the bore? Quite good, these heat guns, aren't they? I use it for doing heat shrink normally. Right, I've got nothing for it but to go and get the liner and drop it in. Right, there's my Hylamar. Get the drill out of the way. Here's my hammer and knocking thing. Hammer and plate. Oh. Where is it, bloody thing? Is it in the actual pillowcase? I'm hoping this will go straight in. Oh, it's tight. Shit. Okay, knock it in. Now watch the metal. There, see it bounce? When it bounces, that means it's down. You got to be a bit careful because you don't want to knock that step off the bottom. That was how the first one went in, it was quite tight like that. Wow. What do you think? Yesterday, dropped in. But I had my friend here yesterday and he was playing the heat gun all the way around it until the very last moment. It was a bit slicker. I think maybe putting the Hylamar around the top doesn't help. But that's gone in. I got the size close enough that I was able to drive it in with the screwdriver. No, Mart, not a screwdriver. I got the size close enough that I was able to drive it in with a hammer. And that's actually a £2 hammer, it's not massive. Right, that's that then. Okay. And relax. That is warm, that block. It's only warm though, it's not hot. Nice, good, cool. Okay, there you go. Liner fitted from start to finish in one go. Oh shit. Fucking hell. I think that's down because it's bouncing now. Oh, yeah, it's down. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. That was frightening. Glad I had that piece of metal to hand. I thought that was going to drop in, and it was nowhere near dropping in. It's down though, look, because you can see the Hylamar squeezed out underneath. Bloody hell. Just hold on there a sec. Keep going.
This is warming up quite well, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't want bothering with this, but it's bubbling in it.
Well, it is, yeah. Got that nice knot down there then. Hey?
Yeah.
That's good news, that is then.
Right, okay.
My hands are clear as well, so.
Fuck. Okay. Metal. Yeah, this one.
Sorry, mate.
No, it's right. That's how it was yesterday.
That's perfect, that is. That's down.
You see it bouncing now?
Yeah, that's down. Oh, it's great, that is. Good bit.
That was better than it was yesterday, you
I
know.
think the heat gun might have done a bit of good, but he wielded it rather than just pointed up.
Yeah.
Because
I think that's down.
the chimney effect goes, you just take the heat straight
That's
through.
perfect, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it grabbed it, didn't it?
It went off, yeah. As it warmed up, it got hold of it, yeah.
Bloody hell, Jeff. That's how you do it, mate.
Okay, there you go.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's freaking lovely, that is.
Took me by surprise though yesterday. But did you see how easy it went? And then
as the heat,
it
as
just
took
grabbed
the heat
it.
up, yeah.
And then it was quite a hard hit, wasn't it? To get it
go down.
further.
That was lovely, that was. Perfect, mate.
Bloody hell.
2 down, 2 to go.
Right.
Hammer and plate, really.
Hammer and plate, yeah.
Do you want to give me the mould with the plate, Mart?
Do you want to what?
Give me the plate and the mould, I can hold it so it's...
No, I'm alright. Oh, fuck. Oh, wait.
warmed up straight away.
Yeah.
That's good though, because that's a good... There you go, lovely.
That's harder than before. Going now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
There.
That's it. That was it. That one.
Isn't it amazing how... Do you know something, Jeff? I reckon we're a bit touch and go on these, aren't we?
That heat just gripped it, did it, till it went in then?
Touch and go though, innit?
Yeah, oh yeah. But this worked,
Another thou and it wouldn't have gone.
No, it wouldn't.
Bloody hell.
Yeah,
Oh, fuck, that ain't running. Oh, it is running. No, it is running. Sorry.
Factory language.
Yeah, factory language. But right, what I need to do is take the tool out. Now, as soon as the bore was based around the bottom of the bore, I'm going to take it back down to the bottom of the bore again. Right, you turn this knob here, this dial, and it winds out those the cat's paw legs, and then you wind those out, and you can see it's actually moving the machine. It's pushing the machine square. Is that? No, it's still loose. So you kind of wobble it about. Then they go solid there. They're in the bore now, solid in the bore, and you can rock the machine around the boring bar. Okay, and I need to put my clamps back in. That frightened me a bit when it just stuck at the top. I wondered if I was going to be able to knock it in. But I have got the method pretty well down now to go 30 thou, 30 thou, 30 thou all the way, and then 20 thou, 20 thou, and check it at the first one. I think I'd be safe to go maybe half a thou bigger than that. I mean, this is a fantastic old machine though, isn't it, that you can judge things that finely, you know, to within half a thou. This is tricky, this job, because the machine ain't really it ain't really designed for doing this, but I'm gonna try something. Everything I do is a voyage of discovery. Okay, they're both tight. So I have to wind this anti-clockwise now, like that. And this rod here is supposed to go down. Would you get stuck? Oop. Yeah, that's got it. That's just gone further than I intended. So then the tool goes in, and I set it so it's across the top of the thing, just. I'm going to try doing it by hand. If you go too heavy, it stalls the motor, you see. The normal feed rate is much too fast. What I'm doing, I'm just kind of bumping it down a tiny bit at a time like that. So every time I tap it, it takes another little cut. Okay, that's just come down to the Hylamar. There's a tiny little step there. I can file that now. What I like about this, it's a vintage engine, and I'm using a vintage machine to repair it. This is all done on a shoestring budget. I can't bore the next one till I've filed that, because the machine's got to sit this way round. I don't like this side of the block because the valve guides stick up. You know something, I made a big mistake. Do you know what I did? I oiled the casters on that engine trolley, the engine stand. I wish I hadn't have done it because the bloody thing rolls all over the place now. I mean, I'm only filing. Obviously you have to very carefully watch the block face, the deck, when you're doing this, that you don't start filing the deck away. Now, watching the video you might say, oh Mark, that ain't a very good filing technique. And you might be right. But although I do draw the file back, I don't put any pressure on it as I draw it back. Of course, if this is a professional job, which it ain't, you know, you'd have the block faced, wouldn't you? There's a bit of oil over that side where the where it's come off the machine. Somewhere I've got one of them proper file cleaning things, you know, a file card, what they call a file card. It's just a very short, like a wire brush thing, but very short bristled. About 10 minutes of filing, roughly, I'd say. You know, it's not particularly hard work or strenuous. Calling that good at that, look. Looks okay, doesn't it? And you can see the original pattern here. I haven't gone as low as the low points in the original pattern. The original pattern's would have quite a wave to it. That's alright, I'd say. Nice, actually. I'm very pleased with that. I was a little bit concerned when it didn't just drop straight down, because it did yesterday, when we did one yesterday. So that is one liner fitted, and thank you very much for joining me in the garage. Thanks for taking an interest. Thanks for following the progress, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers then. Bye.